Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Aqueduct Racetrack here on Friday. It is the 21st of February, 2025. Gonna look the featured seventh race from Aqueduct, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kit 5 for more selections for race courses around the world. And also join me tomorrow for my Saudi Cup preview from Saudi Arabia. And also join me next week, next week too for my Fountain of Youth preview, but that's a little bit in the future. This coming weekend, also on Sunday, we have the Rebel from Oakland, so I hope you join me for that preview. It's going to be an excellent weekend of racing. But let's look at the seventh race of Aqueduct. It's going to be a little bit of a cold weekend again here in New York, but it should be warming up next week. Actually, early next week here in New York, and then it's going to get cold again next weekend, but it shouldn't be so bad for the Gotham. But the seventh race from Aqueduct, it's an allowance optional claimer, purse $84,000, race for 4-year-olds and upwards. Never won 20,000 twice. A main claim starter or state bred allowance race, which never won 3 races. An optional claim price $62,500. 6 horses are going 1,200 meters or 6 furlongs on the main track. My top selection here, I'm going to go with the 5 horse Toxic Gray. We're going to go 5-6-4-3 in the superfecta. 5-6-4-3 super. Top selection of 5 horse Toxic Gray. This 5-year-old horse by Verrazano. Michael Maselli trains. Kendrick Carmouche gets the mount. They ran the horse most recently on the 18th of January locally. 6 furlongs and off 6-2 claimer. Stepping down from his previous race, he ran okay. He finished third by 4 1/4 lengths. He was a little bit wide. I thought he just needed a little bit something more on the front end. I would like to see him get to the front end today. When he shows pace on the front end, he wins. Coming back to Aqueduct, where he's run very well in the past, all 3 of his victories come locally. I expect him to run a good race here today. He ran 2 back in the Gray Zone locally, 6 furlongs on the 28th of December on the slop. Finishing fifth by 4 1/4 lengths, he was with them early on, but then just got outclassed by the others. The winner was the next start winner that day. This horse, just like I said, he got outclassed by the others there. And then the 16th of November, locally 6 furlongs in the last race for 92,000, where he got to the front end. There was no looking back. He won by 3 1/4 lengths that day, and he basically won in a drive that day. 95 Buyer, career best that day. That was a very strong run. His race before that in mid-October, he ran decently, 6.5 in a allowance race locally, and he finished second by 3/4 length. He had a wide trip that day, which probably cost him. He got caught in the right in the lane. Maybe the 6.5 just got to him. But again, he ran his heart out. And then they tried him on the green stuff prior to that, where he just wasn't really getting going. His most recent races haven't been half bad. He's training well at Belmont on the training track. I expect him to run well here. We're going to use him on the ticket. I think the 6 horse victory away for Belmont, Jose Lascano Quinn also. He should have did a lot better than he did earlier in January at Aqueduct. Second off the long, refreshing over the 1 turn mile and option 62. He finished eighth by 5 lengths and was wide and just never was really into it. I do think coming back to 6 is going to be his preferred trip. All his a better race have come over the sprinting trip. He ran first start in nearly a year and a half in late December at Aqueduct, 6.5 in op 6-2 claimer, where he finished second by 1/4 lengths behind El Grande O, who had the jump on him as a decent horse, but this horse is a little bit wide, but he was, closing up well. His form as a 3-year-old last year, he ran in the Smarty Jones at Parks where he completely, fanned out of it. Something must have won him this because you can see the horse for a year and a half after that. Ran at Belmont over the 1 turn mile at a very nice allowance race on Dwyer Day in 23, where he won by 1/4 lengths going away with it. And then he actually ran here on Gotham weekend 2 seasons ago, and he broke his maiden quite nicely. They thought highly of him as a 3-year-old. He actually came back with a 97 Buyer for that Belmont victor. I think coming back to 6 here today in mid February at Aqueduct, or late February now at Aqueduct. It's going to be his, best chance to get a winner's circle in this 5-year-old campaign. We'll use him here today in the pick 5. But to recap my selection for the 7th from Aqueduct now, we're going to take the 5-horse Toxic Gray. Give kudos to the 6-horse Victory Way. 5-6-4-3 Super. 5-6 in the multi-race. So good luck to all. Please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5. Good luck, everyone.